Go.
All right. Hello, everyone. Chris Sawyer here, SawyerSomm.com. Hope you're all having a great time. I am right now. We're out here in at the ranch, not in town, and we're just having a good time. My good friend Saul has stopped by. We've been talking about a wonderful brand that I really want to get you guys to know. We have to stay our distance away from each other, so we will not be hugging or anything, but we will be enjoying these fine wines. So this is part of the Allen Estate Wine Project, which you can go online and find these wines. But what makes them so interesting is these are such small lot wines. How much is the most that they make of these wines, Sal?
120 cases.
120 cases most.
Most.
So I thought this would be really fun this morning to really kind of start off and taste the Chardonnay and the Pinot Noir, which are kind of the trademarks of Sonoma County, but I want to kind of go into where they're from and the personality of those vineyards. So Sal, I poured you the Chardonnay first. This is the Provocateur, Baboom, and this has a pretty interesting little tale to it. That it is from the Petaluma Gap. This is where we are at right now, is in the quadrant of the Petaluma Gap, which is in southern Sonoma County, and it actually goes a little bit over into Marin County as well. But the reason it is so special, and it's one of the last appellations that's been made in America, is because of the wind current that comes through here over the hills, happens every afternoon, goes to Carneros and goes on to another place called Napa Valley, if you guys know that place. But it really comes right off the ocean, and that's why these grapes get a nice chance to really ripen in the nice warm sun like we are right now. But the other part is they cool down in the afternoon and their day is done, so that preserves the acidity. Talk to me about this wine and the great family that produces this.
Okay, so Allen Wines is a micro-production winery. All our wines, what we're going to taste today, they're all single vineyard designated.
Single vineyard designates.
So this Chardonnay is from Daphne Vineyards of Petaluma Gap, and 60 cases produced on this Chardonnay.
Only 60 cases produced of this.
So this
Amazing.
is very, it's a 2016 vintage, and it's 50% stainless steel, 50% oak. So it's not a big oak bomb or anything like that. It is really nice Chardonnay, what Chardonnay is supposed to be.
Yeah, you know, what I really get out of it, just on the nose, is this kind of wildness to it, and I love it. You know, I really like that. It's almost got like this golden chanterelle mushroom there waiting for us to take a bite of that. But it's really got the apple and the pear and a little bit of peach too. There's a little tropical note to it. It's got a lot of stuff going on. It's got a little bit of minerality, I know, because I like this wine. And let's taste it. It has some natural richness, which is great. A little bit more on the lees to get that kind of texture. We've changed the style of winemaking in California, especially over the past 15 years. Winemakers are getting very, very good at this. And Chris Taddy, who makes this wine, is a really good friend of mine, loves this, but he wants to be generous with the fruit, doesn't want too much of the winemaker to show up in there. I feel like he did a really good job in using these barrels just to soften this wine and to have a really nice texture, and it's great.
And the other thing I should mention that the White Project from our winery is run by Laura. Ron's wife.
That's so great. So this is a girl project,
This is a girl project,
but it's made for men too.
Yeah,
Don't forget that. No, I think that Ron and Laura are such great people. They really are committed to making world-class wines. They don't make much of them, but they sure are good. Speaking of which, let's take a taste of our second wine here. Second wine being this amazing Pinot Noir. So 2017 Pinot Noir, Sonoma County. Just like you say Napa Valley, what do you think of first? Cabernet Sauvignon. What do you think of when you say Sonoma County? Pretty much Pinot Noir for the Reds. That's number one thing that we produce here in Sonoma County. And this is Sonoma County label, King Arthur Vineyard. But let's talk about where this wine is from. This wine is not from Russian River. It's not from Sonoma Coast. It's not from Green Valley. It's not from Carneros. It's from Knights Valley. Knights Valley, believe it or not, is an area that is up near Healdsburg and really just to the kind of inland from Healdsburg. It's actually a back route to get to Calistoga. Very well known for Cabernet Sauvignon, but it's also forested. And that area, as you drive through it, is really amazing on the flat ground, but you see these hillsides, and these kinds of places have very small little vineyards up in the hills that get a little bit more shade, a little bit more freshness of the air coming out. Like when you take a hike in the woods and you get to that place where, ooh, it's a little breezy here, I like this. That's what this is about, and that's where it's grown, up on the hills in a very interesting place.
I would like to add one more thing. This is a backyard vineyard.
A backyard vineyard. There you go.
Somebody's backyard vineyard. So we, this is our first year with them, 2017, but now we're gonna get the fruit from this vineyard for next 5 years. So,
wow.
I mean,
I love it.
And this is 100% Pinot, no blending done with that. It was in barrel for 18 months.
Yeah, and I think the other thing about it, when we talk about Pinot Noir, we talk about Dijon clones, all these 667, 777, 828. Before those grapes came in, or those cuttings came in from the old world to Oregon State University, we really had some that were here before. So that's the Louis Martini clone. That is the Swan clone. And what's our
Pommard.
And the Pommard. So this is what's in here. So these are the old school styles, and it really shows. When I go to Oregon, I love the Pommard that's up there. Still, it's my favorite from up there. So this really has that class style, big mouthfeel, but soft and silky along the sides.
That's correct.
And that's what I really like about it. You know, so to give you guys a little hint of what I would pair this with, this is a great Emmentaler cheese. If you would have seen the original wheel of it, it was about this big. And our great friend Stefan from down in San Rafael, Le Comptoir, great wine shop who does carry these as well. He is a great cheese importer. And this is just a teeny bit of a big wheel. And I think this Emmentaler would be great with both of them.
Cool.
I would do it a little bit different if I didn't have them side by side. I would have a lot more kind of dried fruits and some nice nuts next to this to pair with this Pinot Noir. But with that one, I think it'd be great. I think this would be a great fondue kind of Chardonnay as well. It has a lot of freshness. These wines are awesome. And thank you for bringing them. Now we're gonna reset and go right into our next roll and a whole flight of Cabernet Sauvignon. Thanks for joining us.
Thank
Cheers.
you.